baby. Baby is not liking what I'm about to do to her. She is my puppy and I love her to pieces. She only weighs 8.5 pounds and normally her hair is like this all over, but we are going to the Caribbean tomorrow, and so you can see her. Put your tail up, wag your tail. Come on, sweetheart. Baby, you want to go to the beach? Want to go to the beach? Yes, but you need to have your hair shaved. So this is the before. Yes, and I'll show you the after in a minute. Hi everybody, it's Jules here. I'm going to be using Art Coat by Stone Coat countertops, their resin, and I'm going to show you how to use their fabulous resin to make some great looking, attractive coasters. And I love their resin because it is heat resistant. There is nothing worse than somebody putting a cup of tea down on your coaster, and when they pick up their cup of tea, it is stuck to the bottom of their cup of tea. I'm also going to be embellishing the coasters with these tiny little shells. So I'm going to go ahead and mix the resin and we will be back. So the resin is mixed and I mixed it for a good 3 minutes and I let it sit for a little bit. So let the bubbles rise to the surface. I'm now going to mix it equally between the 3 coaster molds. And I'm going to have to use my torch several times on this to get rid of more air bubbles. These are going to be a good thickness. There we go. So I've picked out all these delicious, delightful little shells from my pile here, and they're absolutely fabulous. Oh my goodness, blooper. Oh well, never mind, it's going in there anyway. And I can always add more as I need it. It's really important to pop the bubbles because there's going to be lots of negative clear space in this, and we just have to keep popping the bubbles before we add the shells, and it's pretty easy actually. Okay, now I'm going to add the shells, and they do have a tendency to keep popping up to the surface, so it is the sort of thing that you have to babysit for a while until they have all their little air bubbles inside their own shells and have stopped floating back up to the surface. But some of them it's okay to let float up because it adds kind of a 3-dimensional aspect to the coasters. So yeah, that's great. So now we're going to sprinkle them around in a kind of haphazard way. I don't want it too regimented. I want them each to be fairly organic. And you know, like I say, any little gaps I can fill in. I can poke them around with my popsicle stick and spread them around. And remember, the side we're looking at is actually going to be the bottom. So once again, pop more bubbles, make them nice and crystal clear. I think after I've done these 3 round ones, which I'm demonstrating to you, I'm going to do 3 square ones. So tomorrow's reveal will probably be 6 coasters, and I've not done the square ones yet, so that will be interesting. Anyway, so yep, they're beginning to float up to the surface, and just keep moving them around, pushing them back down to the surface and arranging them in, you know, fairly even spread over the entire coaster. And these will be fully cured in 72 hours. I wouldn't really use them before 72 hours just to be on the safe side. It's better to, because they may be used for, cups of tea or coffee or soup or whatever. So the longer the curing, the better. And I don't know if you can see here now, they're having a tendency to keep floating back up to the top. Now I'm going to fill in this little gap there, plop that one down, just tap it down with a popsicle stick. And I'm just going to fill in the gaps here. Now it's next morning and we're going to demold. I do see quite a few air bubbles in the square ones and I'm not sure why. One thing that I did forget to mention is that if the mold is shiny, the coasters will be shiny. And all of my coasters are shiny mold, so these will all be shiny. I'm going to demold the round ones first. And these look really, really pretty. Very, very clear. So pretty. There you can see through. And they are really crystal clear. Take out the second one. Yes, I love. And they're still a little bit flexible and won't be completely cured for about 72 hours. Still demold them the next day. Well, this one has a little air bubble in it too, but that's okay. They're shells underwater. We'll just pretend. Now I'm going to demold the square ones, and these are much more bendy. They are slightly thinner than the round ones, just given that the mold is more shallow and they have a lot more air bubbles, and I really did babysit them as much as I did the round ones. But, we'll just pretend that they're shells underwater. They're still really pretty, so that's fine. And they also have some quite big air bubbles on the back of them, so I'm not convinced about the square molds. I think they might be better with some less negative space. Anyway, those are the 3 square ones. And now the only thing that remains to be done is to put the little feet on the back of them. And these are clear resin feet, and I got these at Home Depot. I'm sure you can get them at Staples or any supply stores. And because these have lots of negative space, I tried to hide the feet behind, the shells. And it stops any scratching of furniture. So I just put 4 on the back of each one. And thank you so much for watching. And now I am going to show you Baby's, my little puppy dog Baby. I'm going to show you Baby's new haircut. And Penny, my other dog, her reaction. Enjoy. And this is half finished. Yay! Baby, look at, look. Let me see you all pretty. Look at you little lion. You like your new haircut? You're going to have to wear a sweater till we go to the beach. You want to go to the beach? Yay! And Penny's had her haircut. Thanks for watching.